What's going on today, guys? Hope you're doing well out there. Today we're rocking with somebody a little new. We have Smokez as our point of view. If you're unfamiliar with Smokez, that is okay. He is a rookie for Team Monkeys, who over in Europe made a little bit of noise in the first regional event that we had, almost making the playoffs, just narrowly missing it with some big losses to Team Liquid in round 5. And Team Oxygen, who we have on cam here in round 4. Now, Oxygen, they did lose this series, but this is game number 1 that we have here. And the reason that we chose it, not only is it against a pretty high-quality team, if not the highest quality team in Oxygen, who have already showed their worth going up 2-0 in the first 30 seconds, but also this is a pretty impressive game from Smokez, dropping 4 assists, and all of them are actually pretty impactful. And the reason that we chose this game with so many assists is because that's become an early calling card for him. Now, of course, we only have one event, so the sample size is pretty small. Who knows how this will adjust going forward, but Smoke caught my attention and the attention of so many based on his high percentage stats in this first event. I guess to give that a little firmer context and stop talking around it, not only was Smokez 5th overall in this event for goals per game, but also his .72 assists per game put him 1st overall. So number 1 in assists for the event, and here is a match where he drops 4 of them bad boys, and we're going to start seeing those pretty soon here. Now, who is Smokez? What is Smokez? Why is Smokez? Well, let's talk a little bit about what he does well and what he does poorly as we see the first assist of the game there. Let's talk about the good stuff first, because that's why we're all here. We're excited, and as he's going to bait Archie into giving up a second goal there to tie this series up. Mechanically, Smokez is very strong. That shouldn't be too surprising for a rookie. Basically, anyone coming into the RLCS these days has pretty high-level mechanics. He's going to get a touch on that read, but not fully make contact as we talk about those mechanics. Sidewall self-pass doubles is something that Smokez does commonly. He missed one about 45 seconds into this match, if you go and watch it back, or just recall it. But those are typically something that teams have to respect, as he's going to just drop a dime there to Mittaen in the middle. That's going to be 3 assists for 3 goals. He's an incredibly fast jumper, so he can get up to the ball rapidly. Pretty incredible on kickoffs for being a rookie as well. Monkeys go for a lot of dead ball center kickoffs, and basically anytime Smokez is the one who's going first on those, he's doing exactly what he needs to do. And he is exceptional at being ahead of plays and just cutting the defense off, cutting rotation to make it look weird. Now, we're going to get into some poor stuff in just a second, and why not now as we see that goal go in that he just kind of gave up. He's still a rookie, it's expected to not be incredibly polished, and I think the things that see the most growth as you kind of get more repetitions at the highest level is more defensive, I guess, consistency, but also better decision making. And decision making is definitely the spot where Smokez can improve the most. Just sometimes out of position, like on that goal that we saw go by to make this 3-all, he was just a little too far upfield, and then took a pretty bad line to try and cut Joria's off. Now even there, he gets touched on the ball, and is lucky that that wasn't a turnover, but there's a quality mechanical dunk there, so it's kind of a give and take. But some other things that I've noticed in watching a lot of replays that I think could be improved upon as well, very flat-footed in his own net defensively. That's something that really seemed to bite them in the series against Williams Resolve, where they were just getting some pretty free demos on Smokez as the kind of third man in goal defender, just by just kind of sitting still and being a really easy demo, as that was almost a 4th assist right there. Smoke's ball watching a lot of times leads him to getting demoed as well. You see that he takes a pretty poor line there as he gets a little excited. But he's on ball cam almost constantly. So there's a lot of times when you're watching replays where he's like, surely he sees this defender driving straight towards him about to demo him. But if the ball is, floating in the air, like right there, a lot of times that was great timing. He doesn't notice those demos coming in. Nice little cut in on the ball there to try and make something happen. Shot placement isn't always precise, which is something that's needed. And I'm really crushing it on the timing here, as he could have done a little more with that one, although I did like the creativity. And sometimes he leaves his team in some pretty poor situations, but he also creates some stuff like that immaculate shot that we see right there. And don't worry, we will watch that one back. Now, the thing that I love most about this play is we're going to talk a little bit about monkeys here, is that they kind of, the core here kind of had a poor reputation last season. Mittaen and Arju were a part of Misfits Gaming alongside Kash, and they kind of had this stigma around themselves where they would never quite make lands just because they messed up in some big moments. They would choke. They gave up one in this as well in their game 1 round 5 matchup against Liquid. They kind of throw with a couple of seconds left, but there we see Smokez with some really high level creation, a full field air dribble, and then a bump to scatter the defense to make an opportunity to win a big first game here over Oxygen, as Smokez is going to kill it. So just a couple more stats, and then we'll kind of get out of here quickly. I think the standout things that I noticed when we're looking at the goals per game that Smokez put up, those numbers are similar to somebody like an Alpha 54 or a Chicago from last season. Of course, those are much larger sample sizes, but certainly something interesting to keep an eye out on. The thing that is odd there is Mittaen was also 3rd in this event for goals. I don't think that's sustainable for this Monkeys roster. They might have been able to run it up a little bit when we're thinking about series that they might have had against Endpoint or things like that. But I don't think that this team scoring, having 2 players in the top 5 in an event for goals scored is sustainable. So something to keep an eye on. But those assist numbers are also great too. It's the whole reason we had this video. Those numbers are similar to what Seiko and First Killer were putting up last season. So pretty impressive. Shooting percentage was top 5 in this event. He shot 15 for 52 on the day, just 29%. So all things considered, a really great showing from a young player in Smokez. If he can continue to produce like this, I think we will see Monkeys not only continuing to show up in these main events, but also pushing for playoffs. The difficulty is there are just so many teams in EU that have the capacity to make playoffs if the day is theirs. But if Smokez and Mittaen specifically can continue to have their synergy and scoring output, I think that Monkeys are in a good spot, not only early in the season, but as the season extends as well. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video talking about our boy Smokez here. I appreciate your time. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And as always, take it easy.